Before we begin, please be advised this video is for educational and commentary purposes only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The following content is based on public interviews, media reports, and verified industry developments. Nothing has been exaggerated or taken out of context. Now let's talk about the train wreck nobody saw coming. Disney's latest live-action remake, Snow White, isn't just a box office disaster, it's turning into a case study of what happens when corporate branding, public backlash, and celebrity missteps collide on the biggest stage in Hollywood. And at the center of it all, Rachel Zegler. Once a breakout star with a golden future, now a name quietly being erased from the very studio that once called her the face of a new Disney era. How did it go this wrong, this fast? Let's start at the numbers. The film currently holds a 2.3 out of 10 rating on IMDb. That's not just low, it's historic. The lowest rating ever given to a Disney princess movie. We're talking a score that puts it beneath Dumbo, The Marbles, and even the Fantastic Four reboot. But the numbers were only the beginning. From the moment early press screenings began, critics weren't just unimpressed, they were brutal. Reviews slammed everything from the plot to the pacing, from the visuals to the musical choices. But above all, there was one name that kept popping up: Rachel Zegler. And the backlash wasn't subtle. After months of controversy surrounding her interviews, her attitude, and her vocal dismissal of the original 1937 film, the public had already started turning on her. But once the movie hit theaters, things escalated quickly. People weren't just disappointed, they were furious. Social media exploded. Memes, video edits, reaction breakdowns, comparison videos between Zegler and the original Snow White voice actress. It all became a digital storm of backlash. Even die-hard Disney fans were pulling back. Rachel didn't respond. No Instagram story, no tweet, no live video tearful apology or PR cleanup. She simply vanished. Not off social media entirely, her profiles remained, but where it mattered most, gone. From Disney Plus, quietly, without announcement, no promotional banners, no coming soon label, no trailer, no cast tile, and strangest of all, Rachel Zegler's entire Disney Plus actor profile disappeared. It wasn't a glitch, it wasn't temporary, it was intentional. Think about that for a second. This was the actress Disney chose to lead the reboot of one of their most iconic properties, a billion-dollar legacy, reimagined for a new generation. And now, just months after its release, she's been digitally erased from their platform. No fanfare, no farewell, just removed. So, what went so wrong? It started long before release. During the press tour, Rachel made headlines for all the wrong reasons. She openly mocked the original 1937 Snow White, called the prince a stalker, laughed off the romance as outdated, bragged that her version wouldn't dream of love, but of leadership instead. She made it clear, this wasn't your grandma's fairy tale, and she wasn't going to play the sweet, gentle, soft-spoken heroine audiences had adored for decades. The problem? The character was Snow White, and fans didn't appreciate the rewrite. Disney had tried to rebrand the classic story into a modern feminist statement, but instead of inspiring applause, it came off as smug and out of touch. Critics called it lifeless, audiences called it joyless, and many simply didn't show up. Opening weekend brought in a weak $12 million. That number put Snow White below flops like The Marbles and Dumbo. For comparison, even Disney's less successful streaming releases had better rollouts. The studio had already lost millions, and the movie hadn't even hit international markets yet. Then came the real red flag. No Disney Plus release date, no updates, no announcement. Then the entire film listing disappeared, and shortly after, so did Zegler's actor profile. This wasn't just damage control. This was erasure. Reddit and TikTok lit up with fans comparing screenshots. What was listed a few weeks ago had vanished overnight. No credits, no thumbnails, no links, just empty space. Some users reported that when they clicked on archived links, they were redirected to generic pages or 404 errors. Others found that Rachel's name had been scrubbed even from group listings, replaced with placeholders or nothing at all. People started asking, was Disney trying to pretend the movie never happened? And more importantly, was this the softest cancellation in Disney history? Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Disney has done this before. Back in 2020, when the Mandalorian star Gina Carano stirred controversy, Disney didn't publicly fire her. They didn't hold a press conference or publish a statement. They simply removed her from promotions, stopped manufacturing merchandise, and moved on. Silence is their strategy. It's PR damage control 101. So what happens when you combine that strategy with a box office disaster, a controversial lead, and massive online backlash? You get what we're witnessing now, the quiet digital deletion of a Disney princess. But it wasn't just Snow White falling apart. At the same time, Rachel's Broadway debut, Evita, began to implode. What was supposed to be a triumphant shift from film to stage quickly devolved into chaos, backstage drama, verbal arguments, walkouts. Insiders described the production environment as toxic. One leak even quoted a director calling Zegler uncoachable and emotionally volatile. And then came another shock. Rachel fired her entire team. Agent, gone. Manager, gone. Publicist, gone. No replacements, no press explanation, just wiped clean. This wasn't just a PR disaster anymore. It was a full-blown career crisis. And through it all, Rachel remained silent. No apology, no interview, no attempt to win back the audience, just vanished. And fans began asking, is this a breakdown or a reset? Because here's the thing, even the worst performing Disney films still get platformed. They still list their stars. They don't vanish without a trace. Something more deliberate was happening. Industry insiders began whispering. Some claimed Disney was preparing reshoots, recuts, or even stand-in footage to distance the final product from Zegler. Others suspected alternate marketing plans were quietly being built without her involvement. And now, some are saying the future of Snow White may continue, just not with her. Recasting isn't far-fetched. Disney has done it before. From Star Wars to Marvel, they've swapped out actors and rebranded characters when needed. If public opinion doesn't recover, don't be surprised if Disney resets the entire property and simply pretends this version never existed. Which brings us to the core question, is Rachel Zegler finished? Not necessarily. Hollywood loves a redemption arc. But first, you have to survive the fallout. And right now, she's alone. No team, no studio backing, no platform promotions. Just a growing list of removed credits, missing banners, and dead links. And the silence, that's the loudest part. Because in the world of showbiz, being controversial can be survived. Even box office failure can be spun. But being deemed a liability to a billion-dollar brand, that's when the quiet eraser begins. Rachel Zegler was never publicly fired, but she didn't need to be. Disney did what it always does when its magic turns into a mess. It buries it, quietly, strategically, and forever. Whether Zegler can rebuild from this remains to be seen. Will she speak out? Will she rebrand? Will another studio take a chance? Only time will tell. But for now, her fairy tale didn't end with a poisoned apple. It ended with a silent swipe of the delete key. And that's the real horror story Disney doesn't want to talk about. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Was Disney too harsh? Or did Rachel Zegler sabotage her own success? Either way, the silence speaks volumes.